Hey class, I hope everybody is doing well. For this video, I am going to go over the rubric for our Canva assignment. So this one will tell you exactly what is expected for you to get your points for the infographic, for our career infographic that we're creating. So at this point, you have done the research, you have taken the interest profiler, you have learned a lot more about yourself, your interests, your goals, your strengths, and how that aligns to different careers. And you have narrowed down things to your top choice as it stands for now. Of course, that's going to change possibly in the future. You'll continue to do research, but for now, if you have to choose like today, which career field you try to go in. So we're creating an infographic for that, and this is going to tell us our expectations for the assignment. So we have 4 different criteria areas here on the left-hand side. So there's content, so what's going to go on it. There's organization, there's design, and professionalism. So this is a 100-point assignment. And we have 3 different categories here. We have meet expectations, partially meets expectations, and does not meet expectations. So in order to get 100 on this assignment, you would need to fall under the meet expectations categories and get 25 points for each criteria under that category. So let's go ahead and go over it some. So in order to get all of your points in the different areas, you need to present 5 or more key pieces of information about your career. So we have talked about it. You can put things such as estimated salaries, growth potential, daily duties of the job. Basically, what you want to think about, guys, 5 key pieces of information that if somebody did not know much about the job, let's say you are going to be an electrician, they could pick up your infographic or look at it digitally and be able to get a snapshot of the job itself, like what you're going to do on a daily basis, how do you get the job, what's the requirements to get in, things like that. So you want it to be informational. You want at least 5 pieces of information. For organization, it needs to be clear, easy to read, and follows a logical order. So in the other video for this assignment, we talk about those templates you can use. If you're good at graphic design, you can do it yourself, but you want your information to flow, right? You want it really to be easy to read. Somebody can pick it up and read it very easily and get the information they need. So the design is creative and visually appealing, so it enhances the understanding. You might have some graphics on there related to the job itself. You choose different color schemes. It's not just plain, like picking up a research paper where it's just black and white on the paper, right? So you want it to be visually appealing. You want that to add to the reader's experience. And then for professionalism, you want to make sure you do a grammar check, make sure everything is spelled correctly. You put forth a lot of effort on it. You didn't just throw together something on the last minute where it's not very, dynamic and complex, and you turn in the assignment on time. So that will get you all of your points. Now, for partially meets expectations, that would be if you only give 3 or 4 pieces of information. The infographic it's clear, it's readable, but it's kind of inconsistent. The information's all over the place a little bit. There's some creative elements, but not really. It's a little bit plain, and there's some errors on there grammatically. It doesn't have, as much effort was put in. It's clear that it was kind of rushed or just kind of thrown together. And it's turned in, within the late window time frame, but not necessarily on the due date. And then for not meet expectations, that's 2 or less pieces of information. It's confusing, it's unclear, it's kind of random. It's just a bunch of information dumped on there in random spots. There's not really any creative elements, like you just used a blank template, or not a template, you just created an infographic from blank and you've just thrown a few words on there. No elements, no graphics, anything like that, and minimal effort, a bunch of grammatical mistakes, and the assignment is turned in past the late window. So in this category right here, this would get you all your points. Meets expectations. Over here towards the left, partially meets expectations. If you landed in all of these for every category, you're looking at like the minimal passing grade. You're looking at around that 70% mark. And then for do not meet expectations, that would be a failing assignment. That would be an assignment that does not reach the points for passing. But I hope this helps, guys. Make sure you reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.